I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to give the charge this morning. Let's start in Nehemiah. In chapter 1, verse 3, it says, "They said to me, those who survived the exile are back in the province and are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down and its gates have been burned with fire. When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. Then I said, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God, who keeps his covenant of love with those who love him and keep his commands. Let your ear be attentive to and your eyes open to hear the prayer your servant is praying before you, day and night for your servants, the people of Israel. I confess the sin we Israelites, including myself and my father's family, have committed against you. We have acted very wickedly towards you. We have not obeyed the commands, decrees, and laws you gave your servant Moses." And I think before I continue reading, I think it's so important to see Nehemiah's heart for prayer. He really took his time with God very seriously. When he was distressed, when he was worried, when he was afraid, he went to God with everything. And it wasn't just an entranced prayer. He meant it. He was sincere. He was present there. I feel like a lot of times for myself, when I go to pray, I kind of use a lot of vocal pauses. I use Lord as a vocal pause. I use God as a vocal pause, and I kind of forget that I'm having a conversation with the Creator. But you can just see Nehemiah's heart here to really give glory to God. He says, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God. When was the last time you started your prayer like that? I just think that it's so important when you're having a prayer to really give glory to God, to really see who you're talking to and be attentive. If we're asking God to listen to us, then we need to make sure that we are attentive. We're in a distraction-free environment where we can give our whole hearts to our prayer, not fall asleep during our prayers or be distracted by all the things going on around us, homework assignments, work, but to really take the time to really connect with God. It's also important to note here that Nehemiah is heartbroken about the condition of Israel, and his heart is with his people, even though he's in the city of Susa, where he's serving the king. His heart is still with the Israelite people. And before he goes and makes his request to the king, in chapter 2 we see that Nehemiah makes a request for a lot of different materials to help build up Jerusalem again. But this prayer, he prays for 4 months before he asks the king for what he needs in order to help his people. And just seeing his heart for prayer, going to God, knowing that God is the one who's going to soften the king's heart. We can see in the last part of verse 11, it says, "Give your servant success today by granting him favor in the presence of this man. I was the cupbearer to the king." And it's so awesome because God totally blesses Nehemiah's heart to just go after it, to honor him with our prayers. So my charge and challenge for you today is to really get deep with God, to know that you are praying to the Most High Lord, the creator of the universe, and talk and pray to him like you are. Address him like you are. Like, address him how you would address the leader of the world, because that's who you are addressing. So go after your prayer life today. He will grant you success if you have deep prayers and respect him and obey his commands. Thank you guys. I love you. Have a great day.